don't ever consider it to be a health food, even though if you do it right, you may be able to get some fiber out of it and some health value out of it. But for the most part, you don't really need bread or pasta or any kind of processed flour products. And if you're trying to lose weight, you should absolutely be staying away from bread and pasta and cereal and any kind of processed food. Nothing is more irritating to me in the world of health and nutrition than food manufacturers or manufacturers of cereal products and bread products trying to claim that their foods are healthy. Whether you like them or not, that's different. But the fact of the matter is there's very little there's very little health value to Total or Cheerios or Kellogg's Special K or bread for that matter. If you like bread, take your slice of bread and chew it. Make sure it's got a lot of fiber in it, first of all, and chew it really, really slowly. And you'll find that the more slowly you chew your bread, the more slowly you chew your food in general, the less you're going to eat, but especially with bread. Okay, you can read about that at pharmacistben.com. And tomorrow we'll continue talking about connective tissue. We'll talk about ways that you can strengthen the skin connective tissue, which is really the way you want to address skin health issues, especially anti-aging skin health issues. All right, time to hit our phones. 855-660-4261 is our number. John in Texas, what's going on? Good morning and welcome to the Brightside.
Nice to hear your voice again, Ben.
Thank you, John. What's going on?
Sure enough. You know, I have what I don't know what the name would be, but it's either a mole or it is, it started out as a little round circle, skin color, and then sometimes it grew and sometimes it went back down. I went to the doctor, and they said, don't worry about it. My home doctor said, just go to the drugstore and get something to burn it off. And I was trying to knock it out with aloe vera and other things, but it seems like it's not going away. I started banging it because...
banging it? What do you mean banging it? With a hammer? What are you banging it with?
By accident. I'm in the tree business, and, I would just knock it. So I started bandaging it. But that...
You're trying to rip the thing off, huh? You're just trying to smash that thing down, right? Is it raised? Is it a raised mole?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I kind of know what you're talking about. Let me ask you a couple questions real quickly, and I don't mean to. I'm just curious. I don't want to rip on you. I'm not trying to be mean or anything. Why would you put aloe vera on there? I want to know your thinking process, your thought process when you put the aloe vera on.
Aloe vera seems to make skin orthodox once it's burned.
Make skin what?
Orthodox. Change back to where it was.
What's that word you're saying?
Orthodox.
It makes skin orthodox.
Yeah, meaning that it looks like it was originally. In other words, if you have a burn,
okay.
It
heals the skin, has a healing power, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I should say that, yeah.
Okay, got it. So you're thinking that the aloe vera might help heal the mole. Is that what, and I'm not being mean. I don't mean to attack you. I'm just kind of curious to know what your thought process was. So you're thinking that the aloe vera kind of helped the mole heal. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it may be silly. But,
no, I didn't mean. I didn't want to go there. I was just curious to know what you were thinking. I didn't mean to imply anything that you were silly or anything like that. Okay. So here's the deal. Moles are not part of the connective tissue. They're part of the surface of the skin, which is the epithelia. Just think of it like the coating on top of the skin. A mole is a growth. It means cells are not dividing correctly. This process of how cells grow is so complicated, and it involves so many different steps, and so many things have to go right that it's really miraculous that it even happens at all. But oftentimes, skin tags and what are called keratoses and other terms like lentiginous and moles, all of these things are signs that the skin cells are not dividing correctly. Period. End of story. Now, if you have some if the mole is dark, it may involve pigment cells as well. Typically, moles do involve pigment cells. In any case, between pigment cells and skin cells, you've got cells that are not dividing correctly. Anytime cells are not dividing correctly, you're dealing with some kind of inflammation. It's not the inflammation of a black eye or a broken leg or a sprained ankle. It's microscopic inflammation. Remember, a cell is microscopic. That means it's invisible. It's so small you can't see it. Picture in your mind's eye the head of a pin. Divide that head of a pin up by 100 times or so. 1/100th the head of a pin is roughly the size of a typical cell. That's really small. And when you have inflammation around that area, everything gets thrown off. And one of the things that gets thrown off is how cells divide and grow. If it involves pigment cells, you're going to end up with a mole. So a mole is a sign that cells are not dividing correctly. This involves involves, number one, inflammation at the level of the skin, at the level of the surface of the skin. It may involve some inflammation at the level of the connective tissue too. And then also it involves changes at the juncture, the interface, the connecting point between the cells and the matrix, or the raisins and the bread. The skin cells and the bread, the raisins and the bread, the skin cells and the matrix, that little juncture, which is the cell membrane, is somehow disturbed. So there's a disturbance basically where the raisins are sitting in the bread. Does that make sense? Did I explain that okay? Because I'm going to tell you what to do, but I want you to understand the mechanism. There's a disturbance where at that juncture where the raisins are interfacing with the bread. Is that it?
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
I understand. I'm
Okay,
doing
good.
a lot of things for digestion. So
okay, then you knew you're reading my mind, because that's always the first thing to do is the digestive system. Usually, when you have a disturbance at that raisin bread, where the raisins are sitting in the bread, at the raisin and bread juncture, you're looking at a fat problem. That means fatty vitamins, essential fatty acids as well, and perhaps fatty nutrients from vegetables. Now, when you have a fat problem, you either have a fat problem in terms of intake of fats. That means you're not getting enough through your diet, or absorption of fats. So you're on the right track, my friend. You want to focus on fat digestion. This is true for any skin health problem, be it moles, be it keratoses, be it acne, be it milia, whatever your surface skin problem is, the first thing you want to do is focus on fats, intake, and absorption. So using the digestive enzymes from Youngevity, Ultimate Enzymes, pancreatin can help, lecithin after meals, very, very important. You might also want to throw in bile salts. If you notice that you're having digestive problems with specific foods, those are important clues for you, and you want to focus on what those foods are, and you can eliminate those foods, or you can start to work on helping your body process those foods. So number one, focus on fat absorption and digestion. Hang tight, and I'll tell you a couple other things that you can do for that. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Brightside. We'll be back right after this.
A year ago, I began to do a lot of research into why, even though I had a pretty good-sized meal, that I was still starving. And my research led me to a well-known fact that most of the soils that we grow our crops on here in the United States and across the industrialized world are almost completely depleted of almost all of the key minerals and trace elements that our bodies need to rebuild themselves, fight off cancer, and be healthy. I then searched out the best vitamin and mineral company out there and discovered Youngevity. The Youngevity products are designed to give you the real nutrition you need, and once you've got that, you don't have to eat as much to be satisfied. I've lost 37 pounds in 2 months, simply getting the vitamins and minerals I need. Check it out for yourself. It's incredible. Go to InfoWarsTeam.com today and order your first canister of Beyond Tangy Tangerine Complete Multivitamin Mineral Complex Dietary Supplement. That's InfoWarsTeam.com.
So we decided to upgrade the look of our home.
You know, improve the curb appeal.
We decided to add the look of stone to the exterior.
We really like the stacked stone look.
Yeah, but when I checked into the price, it was ridiculous. No way could we afford it.
Then a friend told me about Genstone. Genstone.
Genstone comes in lightweight panels made of polyurethane. They've actually engineered the hassle out of installation. No mortar, no mesh. It was easy. Even I could do it.
We just screwed the panels to the wall and it looks like stone. I mean, it really looks like stone.
Yeah, from the box to the wall in minutes.
We love the look of our home now.
And Genstone is durable, comes with a 25-year warranty, and offers additional R value for insulation.
If you want the look of stone at a price you can afford, call Genstone
at 855-955-STONE. Trust me, you'll save money.
And you'll love the look.
855-955-STONE. That's 855-955-7866.
If you owe the IRS back taxes, listen carefully. Sweeping changes to IRS policies will help more people than ever eliminate their tax debts once and for all. And now, I can help you reduce or eliminate your tax debts and end your tax nightmare. Hi, I'm Dan Pilla. I've helped thousands of people reduce and eliminate tax debts they couldn't pay, and after more than 30 years of experience dealing with the IRS, I can tell you there's no such thing as a hopeless tax case. And with the IRS's new policies, it's easier than ever to put your tax debt behind you once and for all. Call now at 800-346-6829 to learn how I can help you. You know your IRS debt will not go away by itself, but you don't have to live in fear anymore. Call 800-346-6829. Learn how I can help you eliminate wage and bank levies, release tax liens, and negotiate a settlement with the IRS that will put your tax nightmare behind you forever. Call 800-34-NO-TAX or go to taxhelponline.com. That's taxhelponline.com.
We all know that Berkey Water Purification Systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 6 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey Guy offers amazing specials for Berkey Water Filtration Systems. The Berkey Light Systems include a set of self-sterilizing and recleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels and remove harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey Light System today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $231, and the Berkey Guy will ship your order free of charge. With the purchase of a Berkey Light, the Berkey Guy is also offering a set of fluoride and arsenic filters for only $39.99. That's over 30% off the retail price. Call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online at GoBerkey.com. That's GoBerkey.com today.
The nation's largest independently owned and operated talk radio network. The Genesis Communications Network. GCN.
All right, we are back on the Brightside. John in Texas. I'm going to go quickly, and I apologize for that, but I hate leaving folks on hold, and we got full board here. So, John, are you there?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so number one, focus on fats and fat absorption. And for the listeners, any kind of topical skin issue, that's the first thing you want to do is fats and fat absorption. Absorption, as we said before the break, lecithin, bile salts, longevity's ultimate enzymes, pancreatin can help, apple cider vinegar after meals. Those all help you with fat absorption, and then using smaller amounts of fatty foods will help too. Then make sure you're getting your fatty nutrients, and it's probably a good idea to take your fatty nutrients with fatty foods and all of the aforementioned absorption aids. I would be using vitamin A, 20,000 international units. In fact, I would take 30,000 international units a day, John. Vitamin A has a really important relationship to the way skin cells grow. And you may be experiencing some vitamin A deficiencies, especially if you're not supplementing. You may want to use topical vitamin A also in the retinoic acid form. Retin A is the brand name of that. And then also vitamin D. And best place to get vitamin D is from the sun. And believe it or not, a little bit of sun would probably help you, although you don't want to burn. And then if you want to take your vitamin D in supplemental fashion, use about 5,000 to 10,000 international units of vitamin D3 a day. Somebody just told me Mary Lou Henner's got a vitamin D3 product. You might want to check that out. In any case, a little vitamin D is going to help you. 400 international units of vitamin E can be very helpful. And then also make sure you're using topical vitamin C, especially in its fatty format. That would be very healing, way better than aloe vera is great stuff. Don't get me wrong, I love aloe vera, but topical vitamin C is much more effective for helping protect the skin, much more effective than aloe vera. It also protects your skin from the sun, and it will also help accelerate the healing process. If you wanted to burn the thing off, see if you can get and I can't tell you that would help you because I can't see the mole, but if you did want to burn it off, you can have a pharmacist make 70% glycolic acid for you, and then you can apply that and then put your topical vitamin C right on top of after you use the glycolic acid, and that'll help speed up the healing process. So lots of ways that you can go. I would be focusing, number one, on the digestive system, and you're very bright to be doing that. I forgot about the Biolumin Nightly Essence. That can also help with fat absorption. And then, of course, the Mighty 90 is always a great idea. You're sipping on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. But fats. That's what you want to focus on when it comes to all skin health issues, moles included. And thanks for your call. Appreciate it very much, John. Anything else going on? Got to move on if that's it.
I have a closed brain injury.
You know what? There's a lot of stuff that has to do with that, but basically you want to focus on inflammatory issues. Closed brain injuries involve inflammation inside the cranium, the skull, and so you want to make sure that you're keeping your intake of inflammatory foods down. That's the most important strategy. And then anti-inflammatory nutrition is also important. Essential fatty acids, omega-3s are very anti-inflammatory. Longevity's ultimate EFA can be helpful for you there. The vitamin C and vitamin E. Vitamin C, vitamin E are the two most anti-inflammatory vitamins, and essential essential fatty acids as well are very anti-inflammatory. And don't forget OPC selenium. Selenium's got some nice anti-inflammatory and pro-immune system properties, too. Thanks so much for your call, John, and I apologize for letting you go, but I want to get to as many calls as possible here. John in Michigan, what's going on? Welcome to the Brightside.
Well, thank you, Ben. First, lysine and cold sores. It seems to help them heal quickly. I don't know if you can give me the background on that. And then also so-called